I immensely enjoyed my first Youngblood experience with Hello, Heaven, Hello. His writing, his voice, absolutely incredible and really refreshing and raw in lots of ways. A lot of you mentioned in the comments that the next thing I should check out is his Kiss cover, I Was Made for Lovin' You.
Tonight, I wanna give it all to you. In the darkness, there's so much I wanna do.
Oh, this song was made for this type of arrangement. It might remind me a little bit of what Falling in Reverse did to Papa Roach's tune a little while back.
And tonight, I wanna lay it at your feet. 'Cause girl, I was made for you. And girl, you were made for me.
Oh, okay. Before we get into the chorus, let's talk a little bit about his posture and his approach here at the beginning. There's some really profound things going on, whether he knows they are or not.
I do. And tonight. He's going back and forth between, very low breath pressure, perfect closure. He's got that nice pingy sound. Tonight, and then he's dumping a lot of breath. This is low pressure. Now listen to what happens, though, when he adds dynamics, support, breath pressure coming up. I wanna lay it at your feet. 'Cause girl, I was made for you. And girl, you were made for me.
For me goes from this sort of calm, breathy sound. May. No, there's a rasp, there's a desperation over it. May. No. May. It's that. It's looser. It's breathier. It's raspier, not. Yes.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me.
Oh, and how he arcs this melody here.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I can't get enough of you, baby. Can you get enough of me?
Okay, yes. Let's talk about this raspy, gritty ascent. Clean first. I was made for loving you, baby. Vanilla, well supported, in chest voice to begin with, and then we're mixing just a little bit at the top. I was made for loving you, love. A little bit of twang. I'm exaggerating everything he's doing to help us dial this sort of thing in. And then, once we get up here, we're going to lay back into our voice, and it's going to be this sort of side, sort of sound. But we're going to support it a bit more. This is going to help us add fry to this top area of the line. I was made for loving you, baby. You hear my voice kind of going in and out? You hear his voice doing it too, just less. This is not simply compressing into those high notes like a lot of rock singers do. He is adding compression, and we'll do that in a second. But he's adding this desperation through fry via sighing, creating this sort of sighing posture, which creates a little bit looser of a primary chord coordination, and then he's compressing into it. That's why it's a raspier, looser distortion than simply this. I was made for loving you, baby. That's an angrier sound. This is a more desperate sound. I was made for loving you, baby. And then he also has these nice sighs out of the lines,
which further this sort of exasperation, desperation sort of aggression that's happening.
Baby, can you get enough of me? I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me, and I can give it all to you, baby. Can you give it all to me?
That was a perfect example right there of living in that raspy, desperate place instead of ugh.
All to you, baby. Can you give it all to me?
Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Messing with his monitor mix. Now, so far, this looks like he's not miming. There are, I just heard, some backing help vocals and stuff like that filling out the arrangement, but the performance that he's giving looks like the one we're seeing, which isn't always the case with these types of videos. Camera work is so cool. Do you hear how he enters and exits notes with this sort of sigh in and sigh out? Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful approach.
And tonight, I wanna make it all come true. 'Cause girl, you were made for me. Girl, I was made for you. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me.
Love the subtle doubles out here, but they're not taking away from the purity of that main line. I think sometimes when we double vocals, especially in an arrangement like this, there's something that's lost in the intimacy that we're able to have with that single vocal performance. And I feel like this mix and this performance is doing this very well. I don't feel a loss of intimacy even with the added production. I think this is a whole step lower than the original. He's operating in an area of his voice where he can be the most expressive, and I think that's a lesson. I mean, this guy's got a hugely amazing voice. He probably could sing it a step higher, but he's chosen to operate here because he knows how his voice behaves. He knows his voice well enough to know where to key it. If you'd like to work on getting the foundation necessary for you to do some of this stuff with your own voice, and you'd like my help, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. I'll help you pull from your inspirations and do things safely and mindfully so that you can realize things you never thought possible with your voice.
I can't get enough of you, baby. Can you get enough of me? I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I can give it all to you, baby. Can you give it all to me?
Woo! He really cleans up nicely from that rasp. Do you hear how he dumps out of the line? It's almost like this hawk or sort of thing that happens after he's started to clean up.
Can you get enough of me?
Can you get enough of me? Me, me, me.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I can give it all to you, baby. Can you give it all to me?
that swirling delay effect there. Really aided in his cleanup. Oh, clean, and then
Can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough.
there's so many wonderful like cracks in there too. I love the vulnerable sound.
I can't get enough. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I can't get enough of you, baby. You can't get enough of me. I was made for loving you.
Oh, I gotta hear that again.
I can't get enough of you, baby. You can't get enough of me.
That's great timing too. Like you can tell that he's ramping up to do something really intense.
For you, baby, you can't get enough of me. I was made for loving you, and you were made for loving me.
Whoa, he's into it.
You were made for loving me. I can give it all to you, baby. Can you give it all to me tonight?
Oh man.
I wanna give it all to you.
Let's go back and talk about some of these amazingly intense moments. Hear how his voice goes away for a second? Now, he's just in the moment and being really intense. But there are techniques that we can pursue to do these same things in a healthy way. Ah is the note, and what's happening is his primary chords are disengaging, and the sound that we hear is actually the sound of his false chords getting the air and dealing with that, resonating, vibrating. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create that sigh at the end, and then we're going to compress into that sigh. And then we get that. If we speed it up, we can scream into the note and then remove the note and then move on, just like he's doing. I was made. We've passed any sort of airflow moderation and breath pressure from our primary chords to our false chords, and the primary chords have gotten out of the way. That's why you don't hear a note at the end of that, and you just hear rasp. And I love that we hear the journey into it as well.
Give it all to you.
I totally think still that this is like what we're seeing is what we're hearing. I mean, the intensity level, I'm not seeing any replaced or off lips or anything like that. You know, the spit on the on the popper stopper. This speaks a lot to his vocal health in that he can get so intense and do these kinds of engagements that require a lot of breath pressure, that require a lot of different techniques that could be burning out your voice if not done correctly and mindfully. He's been able to feel out these sensations, and that's why he can go from just all out, like almost sound like he's losing his voice in spots, to being able to go right back down to a clean, low breath pressure approach and not be all burnt out by the end. This is really awesome.
I wanna give it all to you.
Sounds great.
In the darkness, there's so much I wanna do.
do. And just sort of stage whispering out of that.
So much I wanna do. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I can give it all to you, baby. Can you give it all to me?
Wow, 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 wow. Another one where I prefer this to the original, hands down. I mean, he's brought this song into today and made it relate to a whole other generation of music lovers and vocalists. I mean, his vocal approach. This one was even, I think, more impressive in a lot of ways than the last song I reviewed of Youngblood, because it was, we could see him doing what we're hearing. And I love things like that. He's got so many things going for him. Really fun to learn from and experiment with my own voice in light of it. If you'd like to do more of that with me, click that link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. I'll help you pull things out of your voice based on the inspirations you have that you never knew were there. We'll see you for more.